Welcome to Mystery Date, where we dive into the weird, the wild, and the downright puzzling. While our podcast is primarily for entertainment with plenty of laughs along the way, we occasionally discuss serious and sensitive topics. Some content may not be suitable for all listeners, so discretion is advised. From the frozen peaks of Dyatlov Pass
to the haunted woods of Aokigahara,
from gold-obsessed explorers lost in the Amazon jungle,
to Ohio's own tiny terror, the Melonheads.
This season, we've chased Bigfoot through the forests, searched for treasure on Oak Island, stared into the glowing eyes of Mothman, and really tried to solve the Ketty Cabin murders.
And tonight, we're ranking them all.
The creepiest,
the weirdest,
the most believable,
and the ones that still keep us up at night.
It's time to look back at every mystery, every theory, and every ridiculous tangent we've gone on through this year.
And decide, once and for all, which ones deserve a spot at the top of the Mystery Date leaderboard.
So grab your flashlight.
And your favorite conspiracy chart.
Because this is the Mystery Date Podcast Season 1 finale. I'm Christian.
I'm Kate. Welcome to Mystery Date.
It's Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
It's also date night, but it's Halloween. So I wanted to mention that when this episode comes out, it will be on Halloween Friday. So you can see we're dressed up in our little costumes. I'm Gomez Adams.
And I'm Morticia. And this is Thing.
Yes, of course. We can't have these costumes without Thing.
Yes. He is going to go on the table, though, because I don't have tape to secure him to my shoulder at the moment. And yeah, he'll just be flopping all over this couch if I don't set him.
So anyways, back to the normal stuff. It's date night, meaning we get to talk about all things mysterious and weird.
This season has been Into the Woods, involving mysteries surrounding woods, forests, and jungles from all over the world.
And after spending months trapped in haunted forests, hunting cryptids, and traveling back in time, we're finally out of the woods.
Finally. So, that's it for season 1. Time to get comfy, grab your favorite drink, and let's start this last show.
First, I just want to honestly take another drink to toast to the season, because this is our 20th episode. We've had technically 18 mysteries because Dyatlov was a big one and that required 2 episodes.
That's true.
So altogether, we've had 18 mysteries, 1 debrief. So thank you guys. And other than that, I just wanted to kind of break down what this episode's going to be. It's going to be a little bit different than our normal episodes where we talk about a general mystery and kind of break down the history and the lore of that. Instead, we're going to be going through all the mysteries we talked about this past season and rank them. Give our final verdict of what we feel about all these cryptids, forgotten villages, expeditions, and whatnot.
Yeah, which ones are our favorite or that we find the most intriguing? Which ones do we find the most believable?
Oh, yeah. So let's kind of just break it down pretty quickly. I'm just going to give a quick recap of all the mysteries we talked about this season. You okay?
Yeah, it's this wig. I told you I didn't know how long it was going to last. It's quite heavy. Morticia, she's got a lot of hair.
Yeah, I can see her struggling over there.
I used to have a lot of hair like this, but I cut it off for a reason.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
It gets heavy. It gets heavy.
So, like I said, we're going to just give a quick rundown of all the mysteries that we talked about this season. Just refresh both of our memories, kind of give us a little recap. And Kate's going to be taking notes like a little detective over there.
Got my handy dandy notepad.
Yeah, I didn't feel like pulling out a laptop and a tablet and making it too much. Again, this is a 2-man show over here, so we're making it work. So, the first mystery we talked about, do you remember what that was?
The first one was the lore of Bigfoot.
Of course, the classic.
We had to start with the big, go big or go home.
I mean, yeah, he was one that started pretty much like all cryptid theories.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's the heart of it all. If you're looking into cryptids or interested in that world, you're going to find a somewhat fascinating pinpoint on Bigfoot.
Yeah, any cryptid fest or cryptid themed thing out there, Bigfoot will be involved.
100%. And I mean, we talked about in that episode just the theories of Bigfoot, different types of Bigfoots, from the Wendigo to the Sasquatch, and just how they're kind of broken up between the different geographical areas throughout the world. Almost every area kind of has their own Bigfoot, whether they call it something different. They're not all Bigfoots.
You got the Yeti or the Abominable Snowman.
Exactly. And we also talked about the Bob Giblin film, which was one of the first films to kind of spark the big interest in Bigfoot. You can find that online. I think we have a little snapshot on our website. If you go there to find the episode, go back and rewatch all these episodes, because why not?
Got to refresh your memory.
Exactly.
How do you truly rank them if you don't even remember?
Just a quick little plug there. What was our next mystery? Do you remember?
The next one right after Bigfoot was the Ketty Cabin murders.
That's right.
Look
A
at
brutal,
me.
unsolved murder from 1981 in a small California cabin. A family was slaughtered. There were secrets buried, and decades later, still no clear answers. I mean, there were some suspects that we kind of talked about in that episode, but it still to this day is a pretty popular unsolved true crime story.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think you and I were like, we know the answer.
I would have to go back and watch the episode. That's the fun part of doing this episode. We get to kind of reminisce on that.
Yeah. Do we even have the same theories today as we did when we recorded these mysteries to begin with?
Exactly. So that one was interesting. We went straight into true crime. We had a cryptid, a true crime, setting the nice forest vibes up right. Next up, we had Hoya Bashu Forest.
The Hoya Bashu. That is the one where they took the elderly to die there?
No, that was Aokigahara.
That was Aokigahara. Hoya Bashu is where the man just like walked into the woods and never came back, right?
There's a story of that, a shepherd, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was known as the Bermuda Triangle of Romania.
That's right. And just all kinds of weird stuff happened there. And there was a circle where like nothing would grow.
Devil's Circle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
All
and
right.
UFO sightings. There's a picture.
It's
that one was pretty
coming back to me.
spooky. All right. And then from there, we traveled over to Roanoke. Do you remember that one? The Lost Colony of Roanoke?
Roanoke.
There we go.
Where'd you go?
Oh, we'll produce it one day. Get a full album going.
The Queen knows.
The Queen knows.
If anyone knows, it was the Queen.
Yeah, someone knew. I mean, this mystery had over 100 settlers vanish from the first English colony in America. No remains, no signs of struggle, just one word carved into a tree. You remember what that word was?
Roanoke.
Croatoan.
Croatoan. That's right.
I mean, that's fair. Roanoke. That makes sense.
No, that's right. Because that was the neighboring island of Roanoke.
Yes. And then what did we talk about from there? What was episode number 5?
Right after Roanoke. What did we talk about? Was that Dyatlov?
No. One more guess.
No, those ones were later. I don't remember.
It was the man-eating tree of Madagascar.
The Madagascar tree. I forgot all about that one.
The legend's so wild that we had to question if Victorian explorers were okay, because a plant said to eat people whole. I mean, it's equal parts myth, monster, and maybe a metaphor.
Oh yeah,
and
it had like octopus tendrils that would reach out and grab people and then just bleed them dry.
I don't know if you remember too much, but that one basically broke down to like a reporter for the New York Times just being bored and needing a story.
Yeah, and for some reason they let him publish this as fact, or at least potential investigative stuff. Like,
so that one was interesting, but still a really good story.
Oh yeah, that one was interesting.
We talked about cryptobotany, the study of cryptid plants and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to dive into that world. What happened after that? I'll give you a hint. We traveled to England.
The Green Children.
Yes, the Green Children of Woolpit, where 2 mysterious children appear in medieval England with green skin, a strange language, and a story about a land with no sun.
And then they baptized one and he died.
Yeah.
I don't think that they were really...
We talked about it in the episode. Yeah. I don't think they're correlated.
I don't think the events had anything to do with each other other than timing, but you can't ignore it.
You can't ignore that the correlation happened.
You can't ignore it.
That one was fascinating to me because that one's almost like, was this folklore or a fairy tale, or like it was written by these kind of highly respected religious men
Yeah.
who wrote historical records, but also did write some fiction. I mean, we talked about that in the episode.
I think we talked about how there's a good possibility that a lot of it just came down to misunderstanding and not knowing what we don't know at times.
A little bit of racism, I think, was baked into that.
A little bit of racism
there's a lot going on in England
with
at
the
time.
colonialism and all that. Yeah.
A lot of immigrants coming.
There was like sulfur problems and a lot of immigrants.
Crawling through the mines.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, no wonder their skin was green. They were like walking through the material of old pennies for days before they arrived. So
of course they turn green. I mean, just like when you wear kind of cheap jewelry. Not knocking it, but you got to take it off before it
that's what
turns
happens.
green.
You'll turn green if you wear it too long. And I mean, not your whole body, but the part that's touching it. So imagine if you're crawling through little rock caves made of that stuff. You're going to turn green.
Especially for a while. Like if you're trekking through it.
And of course, they couldn't understand each other. They were from different countries that they hadn't made contact with each other yet before that, maybe.
Yeah. By the way, if you're watching, my socks are tequila and lime. It's a tequila shot with some lime.
Everyone knows Gomez Adams loves his tequila.
I was about to say, I don't know if Gomez would wear these socks, but I wear these socks.
I believe he'd drink tequila.
He strikes me as a whiskey man, something that really burns.
I mean, maybe. I feel like he'd drink either.
Yeah, I mean, I think he likes to drink.
Yeah.
All right, and after Woolpit, we left England and went a little more east to Russia.
That was Dyatlov.
Yes, where episode 7 was Dyatlov Pass Incident. It was actually episode 7 and 8 because we kind of broke that one up. Just there's so much to that mystery. That mystery, like we talked about in that episode, is kind of the reason I wanted to start this podcast. That's what started my initial fascination with conspiracies and the unknown and kind of these stories that lurk that you hear about like almost your whole childhood and you've never really researched it too much, but when you finally do, it's an endless rabbit hole that you can find yourself down.
Yeah, and that's one of those stories that really walks the line and the edge between sci-fi, paranormal, supernatural, true crime. Like it could go any way. Nobody knows what happened, and it's like all these theories out there. It's like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different routes that one could take. So it's an interesting one because it doesn't really have one select genre of mystery.
Yeah. It has almost, you're right. It has like a dab of every single mystery. You could have a Yeti, you have government conspiracy, you have weather conspiracy, you have murder, like true crime could be it. You also have government spies. Like there's so much that could fill that one. And I do love still the Dyatlov Pass Incident. If you have not watched that episode, please go back. A lot of love was put into that one. It's so fascinating. Part 1 is the mystery, and I think part 2 is where we break down just the theories and general mysteries.
And what we thought about it and stuff, yeah.
After Russia, we kind of went a little more west to the Amazon and a lot of other places, because this was El Dorado, episode 8, the mythic city of gold.
Long lackluster treasure hunt.
Part greed, part legend, and part colonial fever dream. We followed explorers who went searching for riches and only found ruin. That wasn't the only time during this season either, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah. Turns out the whole treasure hunting through the jungles
wasn't an isolated incident.
No, it wasn't a single fad. It happened multiple times throughout history.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go right now to kind of find
just about to
if it wasn't as dangerous, like it'd be fun.
I was just about to ask, do you think that there's going to be another big treasure hunting phase coming up?
If there is, let us know. We'll be a part. All right. And then from El Dorado, we traveled to Boston, near Boston, to the Salem Witch Trials for episode 9. You did this one. This was the first episode you hosted. I think there might be a few more episodes in the next season, a little teaser, that you're going to be hosting.
Yeah. I think each season I'll probably take a couple more.
Yeah. Dip your toes, you know?
No, I liked talking about my bitches, the witches.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was fascinating. 1692, hysteria grips a Massachusetts village, leading to the deaths of 20 people. I mean, we explored how fear, religion, and gossip turned neighbor against neighbor.
Yeah, it
And
was
the parallels of how that
it
feels
was a
today.
lot doing that episode. I got a little bit of a dystopian feeling and felt a lot of rage. So
Yeah, that was a hard episode.
it was a little bit like, why does the puritanical research I'm doing feel like I'm just reading today's news? I don't like how similar those are. I'd like to think we've come a long way since the Puritan times.
That's another mystery for me, though, where it's
But
like there's so much there.
there's so much
there's
to
so much
unpack.
historical context too. So where it's like okay, there's something mysterious that you can put into this place, but we've also kind of figured out like what this might have been if you
Yeah.
really read between the lines.
That's kind of why I set the episode up the way I did. I didn't really go into all of the craziness that happened in the court cases or the actual hangings or even how the accusations took place as much. I was like, okay, let's set the scene. Let's talk about the Puritans.
yeah.
Let's talk about what kind of culture and people and society this was at the time and what their beliefs and core values and identities were wrapped up with. Because if you understand that first and then you look what happened, it's like, okay, well, I'm not saying I get it, but at least it makes sense how they got here.
Yes, yeah, I'm not saying it was right, but I
No.
understand now how we got to what
Yeah,
we ended up with.
it's a little less of a witch story and a little more of a, well, this is an unfortunate humans getting wrapped up in religious or cult-like values to an extreme. But yeah, that one was also interesting just because like everybody's heard of it, but not everyone really knows that much about it.
No, everyone who's heard of it, I mean, kind of like me before we really researched. I mean, my mom filled me in on a lot of what happened there, but like before you really dive into it, and like I said before, learn the historical context, you just think, oh, this was a crazy event. But I mean, I don't know. So
Yeah, it was still kind of crazy how like the chaos of it like it spiraled out of control so quickly, and then just as quickly
wrapped up.
it was like new government and church heads came in and they were like, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
And that was that. Like it was a wild time in history.
We left Boston or Massachusetts and went even farther west in the Americas for our next episode because it was the only unsolved hijacking in American history. D.B. Cooper.
My boy.
Oh, yeah. The man who hijacked a plane, demanded a ransom, and parachuted out into the night and vanished. No body, no trace, and no clue who he really was.
And only like 1,000 of that dollars was ever found
Yep.
again. Like,
Yep. And it was just trash, too.
like none of that money was even ever found. It's
I like that
what?
mystery in a true crime sense. Like, yeah, it doesn't have cryptids, it doesn't have ghosts, it doesn't have supernatural, but in a true crime story, I do love that one.
It is very comic book feeling.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It feels like detective fiction. Like
we talked about it in the episode. He was probably inspired by these
it's
certain
like
noir
it's just
comics.
such a noir like bank heist. Like it's like this isn't a real bank robber, but like oh my gosh, nope, my man took that plan and
executed
literally flew off with it. Like
And from episode 10, we moved on to the Montauk Project with episode 11. Government conspiracies, time travel, psychic kids. And if it sounds familiar, that's because, well, this conspiracy is what inspired Stranger Things.
yeah, the finale's coming up, by the way, for those who watch.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, please go watch this episode too. You'll see so many parallels of how they drew from the real world for this show.
Yeah. No, definitely. If you're a Stranger Things fan, you've got to go check out our Montauk Project episode because I have watched Stranger Things since it came out, but I had no idea that the Montauk Project existed. I had never heard anything about it until we did our episode about it and Christian explained. And it was wild to just see how much of this show really was based on this initial conspiracy that is wrapped up in some truth.
Yeah.
So it's wild.
Yeah, that one, I will say Preston Nichols has a very conflicted past, not really a great guy. The book is hard to believe, but the story is great.
It is.
Moving on from there, we went to episode 12 with the Killing Fields of I-45, another true crime episode.
That's right. Those like body dumping grounds.
Oh yeah, a stretch of Texas highway where dozens of women have gone missing or been murdered. It was a real world horror, had unsolved cases and a haunting pattern of neglect from the law enforcement. Still going on to this day, honestly. There are still reports of this stretch being related to a lot of homicides.
It's just unfortunate that in every true crime documentary I've ever seen and in the ones we talk about, a lot of the issue that's talked about is how, police have been kind of blamed as being incompetent here or just not doing anything because they didn't feel like it.
Yeah, it's a repeated pattern. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm like, I hate to be like, oh, cops all suck and don't do their jobs, because obviously it's not all. But like, why does this pattern show up in every serial killer documentary or every big body dumping grounds area where it's like, it takes 45 years for the cops to really do anything about it.
Yeah, like you guys could have stopped this decades ago, but
and there's always proof that comes out later where it's like, okay, somebody you literally could have stopped it. It's not just that you've had all this time. It's like somebody brought this to your attention in the beginning and you told them to shut up and go away.
Yep, you see it time and time again. For episode 13, though, we kind of lifted the mood a little bit and talked about the mystery of Oak Island. Treasure hunters, booby traps, and centuries of obsession. Oak Island has swallowed fortunes and lives in the search for something buried deep below. You remember that one? The whole Nova Scotia?
Yeah.
The money pit?
Yeah, the money pit. The literal pit.
Yeah, the pit.
They're like, just keep digging, boys.
Yep.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. How you keep digging.
And for episode 14, we went back to World War I and did a little bit of a wartime mystery with the vanishing of the 5th Battalion or the Norfolk Regiment.
Yeah, dude, where's my battalion?
Yeah, exactly.
That was my dad's joke, and I laughed so hard.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
It was during World War I when an entire British battalion vanished on the battlefield. Some say into a cloud and others say into history itself. From there, we talked about the lost city of Z for episode 15, another little expedition that went wrong with Percy Fawcett and his son's friend.
Yeah, and his son's friend. We're not sure why that kid was there.
Yeah.
But poor kid. Yeah, that was like another El Dorado type of misadventure.
Yeah, a story about obsession, exploration, mystery, and unfortunately, probably death.
But possible riches and ancient cultures to be discovered.
Maybe the Fountain of Youth. I mean, there was a lot of stuff thrown around there.
Yeah.
Next up, we talked about a very serious topic, which was the Aokigahara Forest, which is Japan's Sea of Trees, also known as the Suicide Forest. A place of immense beauty and deep sorrow, we explored the legends, spirits, and the real human stories behind it. And from there, we talked about Mothman for episode 17, and we went to the Mothman Festival and we touched the booty and it was amazing.
The icon, the legend himself, in the flesh.
Yes, well, in the metal.
In the chrome.
Well, we took a picture with him.
We did take a picture with a cosplayer.
It was Mothman.
It was Mothman.
Yeah,
it was him.
It was the real one.
I don't know, he seemed pretty fuzzy.
He handed me a card.
Oh,
it was just a lamp.
Nice. It's his little glow stick. Here, let me give you my card. Hands it to you.
If you just hold that up, I'll come.
It's like the Batman signal. You just hold that up, I'll come.
Maybe that's why Mothman was chasing all the cars.
He just wanted to be by their headlights.
No.
Come back, it's shiny.
Oh my God. Oh, yes. But Mothman, a glowing-eyed creature terrorizing Point Pleasant in the 1960s with sightings, prophecies, and even a real-world tragedy. The perfect mix of folklore and fear. From there, we went to a little personal mystery with the Melonheads, which was episode 18. Local Ohio cryptids, tiny humanoids with big heads and a bigger reputation for scaring teenagers in the woods. The perfect homegrown legend to end the season. Like I said, right in our backyard. And we actually just did a little bit of a speaking at Chardon CryptidCon and Curios at the Chardon Square over right near Kirtland, which that was fun. We talked about the Melonheads, Bessie, the Loveland Frogman. There was a lot of good things we talked about there.
Yeah, you should be able to catch that recording of that live episode as well on our
that's what I was thinking.
channel,
That's why I
on
kind of
our
like
website.
That's why I kind of like stuttered out. I was like, I can't remember if we decided to release this. But yes, like Kate said, there'll be a live recording coming out on all of our platforms for you guys to see. That'll probably come out the week before Halloween, so you'll have already heard it by the time we're talking to you. So I hope you enjoyed it. That's how production works.
Yep. Yeah, it's not Halloween for us yet today.
No,
but
it's like the October 18th, I think.
yeah, by the time you're watching and listening to this, it is Halloween.
Exactly. Perfect spooky mood.
And we had to try on our costumes today to make sure they fit.
Well, exactly.
In
and
time
I mean,
for Halloween.
Why not? A creepy married couple that has probably some cryptids as family members. It's the perfect Halloween costume for us.
It's
and they're
true.
madly in love.
Oh, yes. Everyone knows that we have that energy.
Well, to be fair, I guess Gomez is madly in love with Morticia.
Morticia loves him.
To a point.
She loves being loved by him.
Yes.
She gets queen and princess treatment. That's all. She knows her place as queen. She's like, I love you too, but I need to hold myself with more grace. You're allowed to dote over me and swoon over me.
It's fair.
She said, I need to maintain my ladylike composure.
That is kind of how it is too. Yeah, she is very much like, she does love him. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. All right. Well, that was all of the mysteries we talked about this season and a quick rundown of what they are and kind of just a brief little segment of our thoughts. If you liked any of those or wanted to hear any more, and for some reason this is your first episode you're listening to, then by all means, go back and listen to the catalog. We got 18 hours, probably more like 19 and a half with how much we go over hours of content.
Yeah. Well, and remember, Dyatlov Pass was 2 episodes.
That's true. Honestly, so you probably got over 20 hours of
18 mysteries, but about 20 or so hours of content.
All free, waiting for you on our Spotify, on YouTube, or at mysterydatepodcast.com. So from there, now we're going to rank all these mysteries, pick our favorite ones, our least favorites, the ones that are just kind of middle tier. All right, so we're just going to go down the line, make it easy so I don't have to keep track of what we have and what we don't have and put a whole board up here. One day, my idea for this format, and I just like being open with you guys as the audience, is that I want to have this be a live experience where we do a live show for our season debriefs, and we'll set up a camera, go live on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or something, and you guys can give your feedback and reply kind of as a very engaging kind of audience and host video type that I thought would be cool. But I'm not ready to do anything live right now. That's too much to put on my plate. So we're going to just do this pre-recorded way.
Yeah.
And if
maybe next season.
Yeah, maybe next season.
Next season, we'll try to do our season debrief live. And so that way we can have you guys comment and be actively with us.
And I'm thinking about like having a board. We could put a camera up on that with like Velcro. Where we can actually kind of rank it and they can see that. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Put tallies up, ask you guys to put your votes in. Say, all right, we've got this many for Mothman. We got this many for Bigfoot.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. All right, so we're gonna, like I said, we have the top tier, so the obsession mysteries, the ones that kept you up all night or still kind of blow your minds when you think about it. And we have the middle tier, just solid spooky ones, fun or fascinating, but maybe not haunting. And then we have the bottom tier, I didn't really get it kind of club, where mysteries that didn't fully land or were less mysterious after more research. So with those 3 in mind, while we go through these and we pick our little ranking for them, please make your own little sheet and start ranking them yourselves and share that with us. I'd love to see a picture of that, or if you want to share it as a comment, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I would absolutely love to get into some friendly debates about disagreements here.
100%.
If you feel that we are absolutely wrong in our rankings, please let us know. I want to know why you think we're wrong, and I want to know what your rankings are instead.
That's why I think this will be so fun to do as a live show when we can, because we can have that live discussion.
Exactly. I had to take the wig off.
Yeah, it's a little warm in our studio. Even though it's the middle of October and the temperatures have been going crazy, it's still somehow warm in this little room.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too hot in here, and it was just too much. I'm going to try to wear it when we go to our Halloween parties, but...
You wear it for the pictures and you take it off. It's
exactly.
That kind of thing, you know?
I wore it. You got the idea.
I guarantee you this coat's coming off like 20 minutes into the party after we get some nice pictures.
Yeah, that's true. Get a picture. Once you have a drink, it's over, man.
It's done. I mean, that's
like,
why
I'm too hot now. Get this off.
I will say that's why I like costume material like this, though, even though it's cheap.
It's nice and thin.
Yeah, it's like, if
you're not sweating.
It'll just dry.
If you spill something on it, who cares? Like...
Okay, so we're going to rank the mysteries in those 3 tiers, but I'm going to put a little stipulation on this. For the top tier, just the top tier, we can only pick 4.
I think that's fair. We've got 18 total mysteries. 4 can go in the top, and the rest can be split between middle and bottom.
Yes. Just so we can really have that stand out of the top 4. So that way when we're going through, too, we're not just like, that's a top tier one.
You can't be over generous with your 5 stars, people.
No, because then 5 stars means nothing.
Exactly.
So starting at the top, actually, we'll go in reverse order.
I was going to say, let's start with the lowers.
So we'll start in reverse order of our episodes with the melon heads. What do you think? Dr. Crow, living in the forest, kids taken from an insane asylum, living in Kirtland.
And wasn't working for a second. I was trying to get the ink out. All right. So melon heads...
I'm going to be honest. I think that's a pretty mid-tier.
I feel like it's mid-tier because it's fun and it feels folklore and like local legend and spooky campfire story, scare the young Boy Scouts kind of thing. Like it has a nostalgia factor to it. It's got the cryptid factor, which like cryptids are always fun. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's like they're the evil ones, I'm like, who cares? It's a fun little monster running around the woods. Like,
I won't lie, it might be a bias, but almost any story involving a cryptid's probably going to be middle tier for me.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, I think it's fun, but it's also, when all said and done, it's more of a mystery as to how it became such a mystery.
Exactly, yeah.
In reality, it's like, this is just a story.
Yeah, in reality, too, it was probably just like a medical issue that we talked about that was just not really...
Yeah, things were just misconstrued and then turned into some folklore legend cautionary tale thing from there. And it gets warped in rumors. And then, like I said, it becomes a little campfire ghost story to tell the teenagers. And then you go drive out to Wisner Road and yell at the bridge in the night. And you go, ooh, I have goosebumps. All right, let's go. And it's fun times. So I think melon heads are middle tier.
If we didn't have 4 slots for top tier, I'd give it the top tier just because it's our own backyard story, our own backyard cryptid, and I do love that. But since we only have 4 slots for top tier, it's mid.
Yeah.
Now,
and again, I think that putting it in top tier would just simply be biased of us.
Yes.
It's like it's only top tier worthy because it's so close to home in Kirtland, and that's not fair.
Now, Mothman.
Mothman, see, my heart wants to give him top tier just because he's such an icon and like he's turned into like almost as big of a cryptid as Big Man.
Big Man. I'm sure there's a cryptid called Big Man somewhere.
Mothman, Bigfoot, Big Man. He's almost as big as Bigfoot now. So I want to be like, oh, he's so fun and iconic that he deserves it. But again, I feel like he's kind of mid-tier because I don't know, it's more just like a fun story that happens to have some creepy coincidences aligned with it than actual mystery and like, I don't know.
I'll counteract that with, I feel like Mothman should be top tier because of the culture that's grown up around him. I mean, the Mothman Festival brings it this year. I think it brought in 30,000
That's
people.
true. They said they expected 15 to 20, and then it was more than there was definitely more people than were expected.
And
it was
I
crazy.
feel like just the fact that I love Bigfoot, and I'm not giving anything away about where I'm going to tier him, but it has a tie to a single town in the 60s. Like, I feel like it's a very tidy cryptid story.
Yeah. And I also forgot about the part of the Mothman story where it could have been a government cover-up for, like,
An experiment or
experimentation.
something,
Like, where the bridge collapse could have been a cover-up. I totally forgot about that, so that is pretty cool.
I think Mothman's top tier.
Let's give Mothman top tier. Because he's living and laughing and lurking behind me.
Now, our next episode, episode 16, Aokigahara Forest. I'm going to say mid-tier, but only because it kind of deserves to be mid-tier. It's not the fact that it lives in so much mystery and in the zeitgeist of being this creepy place instead of a place to remember and to reflect, I think deserves it to be in the mid-tier. Because if you place it in the top tier, that just builds more popularity around this ghost story rather than focusing.
It's this sensationalism.
That's a new word.
Yeah. Sensationalism.
I think that, sensationalism.
I'm like, I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm combining two different versions of this root word, like with other, like I was like putting too many ends on it. And I did it again. And I don't know if you saw my face, but I just sat here like,
you looked upset at yourself.
Brain. Sensationalism. And as much as, I mean, we're here sensationalizing plenty of mystery and true crime and whatnot, and I watch every new little documentary and biopic that comes out, so like I definitely am part of that problem sometimes.
Guilty.
But this is one of those situations where I'm like, it's too touchy. Like, people deserve some more respect here and some more peace, and to maybe not be made into a ghost story.
Yeah, exactly. I think
and
middle
again,
tier.
and I don't want to give it bottom tier for the same reason, because it's like, no, they deserve the acknowledgement and respect. Just don't hyperbolize either.
All right, moving on from there, we had episode 15, The Lost City of Z.
I think this one's kind of low tier.
I think this one's kind of bottom tier because it's pretty self-explanatory. The man had a very good vision, and I'm not saying what Percy Fawcett was going after was not real or whatever, but it's kind of, there's not too much mystery here. A man thought he found something in the Amazon, went to the Amazon, and disappeared. Yeah,
and I don't know. Again, the mystery here is less about what happened to him and more about, was what he was searching for really out there? And it's like, well, we can all kind of assume what happened to him. He was a British guy unfamiliar with the Amazon who went to the Amazon to live off the land. He probably simply didn't make it out there. Like,
I think bottom tier is pretty fair for that one. So bottom tier for The Lost City of Z. Then we went to episode 14, The Vanishing of the 5th Battalion. I think that's a bottom tier one, too, to be quite frank.
It's interesting, but it was so vague. There was not a lot of theories or even like proof about it. And
well, I mean, they found the bodies. So the regiment went missing. People couldn't find it. And they found the bodies behind Turkish borders. So basically, you can kind of fill in the blanks. I mean, yes, it's mysterious on how they ended up there. But if you really...
Yeah, it's mysterious that no enemies claimed to have been the cause of their deaths, even though a lot of those war details were documented and shared with each other. It's not necessarily out of the question that maybe something wasn't shared that did happen, or maybe they were in such thick fog that they fired on themselves. Yeah. Again, interesting, but more so because we're interested in more stories, not because it was the greatest mystery.
Yeah. So I think bottom tier. So episode 13, we have Mystery of Oak Island. The Money Pit, Mysterious Island, Claimed Riches.
This one, I think, again, is low tier because it's just like the City of Z, where you've just got these pretentious dudes who are like, I bet I'm better than the rest of you and I can find gold. And I'll sink all of your gold into my project looking for it.
The only reason I might place it in mid-tier is because it has ties to the Templars. There are a lot of freaky things on that island that like match up to where the Money Pit is.
I did forget about the tie to the Templars.
There's ties
with them
to the
too.
pirates and Blackbeard and maybe possible treasure. And there is a money pit. Like whatever they are trying to find, like there is something. Whether it leads to riches or whatever, there is a well or
That's
whatever.
right.
The heck.
It had that whole like irrigation,
Yeah.
like flooding system.
Yeah.
To prevent them from getting any lower.
So I think that one might be mid-tier because unlike
right, we'll
the
give it
Lost
mid.
City of Z or El Dorado, that's, I don't know.
They don't kind of amount to anything.
Yes,
This one
there's
doesn't
something.
amount to what they think, but it's like, well, we got something.
Yeah.
We just don't know what it is.
Next up for episode 12, we have the Killing Fields of I-45. Which, again, for the same reason, I think that this is a mid-tier because it's not, while it's a mystery who's doing it, it's not a mystery what's causing it.
Yeah, or what's going on or why it's a popular area or any of that.
Yeah, like we just don't know who exactly is causing these crimes. And to be honest, it's been happening over decades, so we know it's multiple people.
Yeah, there's a very high chance that those people have nothing to do with each other either, and
And I
they're
mean-
just separate criminals.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a haunting pattern for sure, but I still think it's just kind of mid-tier when it comes to mysteries. Not low tier for sure, because that is sketchy.
It's sketchy and it's a real problem.
Yes.
It's not one of those spooky mysteries that's like, oh, it's interesting and spooky and mysterious to wonder about, but it's not really actively causing people harm in today's society. It's some ancient ruins that we're taught. Like, no, this is an active murdering problem. Like,
yeah. Then next up for episode 11, we had the Montauk Project. Now, I'm going to give my argument for this being a top tier. And not because I think the mystery is the best, almost in the same sense of Mothman. I think that what this mystery makes the brain think about the government and what they could be doing points us in the right direction. While the Montauk Project might have not actually happened, we know MK Ultra happened. We know that they were tampering with things that they wouldn't want us to know about
Yeah.
in the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
it's like this is the conspiracy that really unleashed a lot of truth from other conspiracies
Yes.
and just that all those governmental mistrust ideals.
And I love a government conspiracy, and this was really the only one we had this season. So I'm kind of top tier for that one. And it led to Stranger Things.
yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I think it's a pretty dope mystery because, like you said, MK Ultra was proven to have been real. Who's to say this wasn't real? That place is real,
Yeah.
and
Camp Hero, yeah.
people don't know what it was used for several years, and there was weird noises happening.
The
and
radar dish
The
spins.
radar dish would spin, even though they swore nobody was in there doing anything. And like I said, they're like, oh yeah, well, sometimes the machines would just like whir back to life, like they're remembering their jobs. I'm like, yeah, that's not how fucking satellites and radio towers
You're like,
work,
something's working,
dude.
man.
Like somebody is in there doing something.
All right. So next up, we have DB Cooper. What do you think?
I think DB Cooper is mid because again, he's one of those like fun ones that's become iconic and has inspired like characters and movies and it is a big mystery as to like where the heck did he go? And even if he didn't survive the jump, it's like they never found his body, his parachute.
Yeah.
Like they never found the money. They found like a teeny tiny little amount of the large sum of money that he had. Like it is badass to think of it like, well, what if he really did just get away?
Well, and it's kind of like the Killing Fields of I-45. We don't know we know why it happened.
Yeah.
We just don't know who did it.
Yeah, and the
Like-
other thing is, it's like we don't even. His real name wasn't even DB,
Yes.
and like he's become this character. So I think mid.
Okay. I'm cool with
Again, it wasn't like the greatest mystery. It wasn't the greatest story, but it had enough of that hype and culture and intrigue around it.
I can agree with that. I think mid-tier for DB Cooper. I think DB Cooper is top tier when it comes to criminals. But,
Well, yeah, especially bank robbers and stuff
Yes.
like that type of criminal.
but mid-tier when it comes to mysteries. So next up we have episode 9, The Salem Witch Trials. I honestly think this might be mid or low tier because
Yeah, I was going to say one of those two as well because it's
not mysterious.
it's really not.
To say that there were harmful witches in Salem is almost a discredit to the actual true crime that's happening here.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, and I'm not saying there weren't witches in Salem, but to say that these people being criminally charged for being a witch were witches and then executed, that's not doing justice to what actually happened. So I'm cool with either mid or low. I'll let you make that.
I think that one is, we almost only included it because it's one of those things that everyone has heard of and thinks of as a mystery as to why did this happen in this town, and like why did all these people get accused, or why did the people accuse them. But at the end of the day, we researched it and it's like, well, here's why. It's not really that much of a mystery. It's just that it's one of those situations out there that is widely known but very vaguely known about. So that's the mystery. And it's almost like we included it to almost clear that up.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with putting that on low.
Okay. Next up for episode 8, we had El Dorado, which, to be honest, I think is low too.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
money, a
I
lot of
think
wasted
so.
attempts, all based on a legend that probably didn't even point to an actual city of gold.
Well, and everybody was looking in different places. Like, nobody even knew where they were supposed to look. It was just this literal legend.
Great story, great movie.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, and The Road to El Dorado, the movie, that's top tier. But yeah, this one's a low tier mystery.
So then we moved on to episode 7, the Dyatlov Pass incident.
I know where you want to put this one.
I actually think this one's mid.
Really?
Yeah, because as much as I love the theories around it, when you really start to research and break down, there's only a few that you can point to, and most of those theories are kind of either natural occurring or maybe true crime.
Yeah, it was. I do remember only a few of the theories had any really like concrete backing to them. But it was one of those mysteries that, like we said before, it falls into like multiple genres, and there was a lot of different theories around it in the beginning.
That is true. And I mean, there's so much around it. I'd be cool putting it in the top tier, but I kind of just said mid tier because I don't want to take that spot.
We only have 2 top tier spots left.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Put top tier, we can change it.
Okay.
If we figure, because I think that mystery is pretty good.
Yeah. It was a 2-parter.
Yeah. So from there, we moved on to the Green Children of Woolpit, which that's mid tier. I think that's a solid mid tier mystery. Because it could just be straight up fake. Like one of the theories is that this just didn't happen. So
Yeah,
it
I
can't
think
be
that
top
one's
tier.
pretty mid as
Yeah.
well, though, because it did have some theories with some traction, and
I like a medieval alien
yeah.
story. I think that's cool.
yeah, it is cool.
So from there, we got the man-eating tree of Madagascar. And as great of a story as that is a low tier as they come, because it almost for sure is just fake.
Yeah, that one had almost no backing behind it.
And there's no evidence to back up anything
Right.
written in the story or anything like that. And we talk about that in the episode.
Yeah, and I mean, there's like the closest plant that is known to exist that's anywhere near similar to that is like fly traps, like Venus fly traps types of things.
Yeah.
And there are some pretty large ones out there in places like the Amazon. But again, they're not like these trees that just use their branches like tentacles to grab you and then vampires suck you to death. Like, that's not real. Low
mid-tier.
tier.
Yeah, no, low tier. My bad.
Low
Yeah, that's not mid-tier.
tier.
That's low tier. So moving on from there, we had episode 4, or the Lost Colony of Roanoke.
Roanoke.
Which I think that's mid-tier. I would almost teeter on low tier, mid-tier, but because there's so much unknown at the time, it still is mid-tier to me.
Yeah, and it is a whole colony of people that went missing. Like, that's a lot of people. And this one had a lot of theories. Like, it could have been of their own accord, mutual assimilation into the native tribes. It could have been simply them fleeing and going to live elsewhere. There could have been some sort of war or battle we didn't know about. There could have been a government cover-up from the queen. Like, that one had a lot going on, too. So I think mid.
I think mid. From there, we had episode 3, or Hoya Bashu Forest. I think that Hoya Bashu is, honestly, I might get some hate for this, but kind of low. No, I'd say mid-tier, though, because it does. I keep forgetting it does have the Devil's Circle, and there is a lot of like ghost stories and stuff that we just didn't necessarily touch on in the episode because there's so many.
Well, and that's the place that people's compasses will do weird things, but there's not an X for it.
Yeah.
Like in Aokigahara, there's an explanation for it because of all that molten rock and stuff. So yeah, mid.
And then episode 2, the Ketty Cabin Murders. That's a mid tier. Do you know what episode 1 is?
My man.
I was hoping it would end up like this.
Bigfoot is top tier. You're right. He and Mothman, they have all of the limelight for the cryptids, man.
Exactly. Like when you, and I love mysteries so much. And the reason we started this podcast is because it's just something to bring people together and bring us together. And when you think of cryptids or going to a festival around conspiracies, you're going to see Mothman and Bigfoot no matter what. I can guarantee you that.
Oh yeah, no matter what other cryptids it's centered around or where this festival is happening, those two will make an appearance.
Yep. So I think that Bigfoot's top tier.
All right, so let's see. We've got our 4 top tiers.
I was about to say, just run down the top tiers real quick, and then we'll tally up how many. We'll just give a number for the mid tiers and the low tiers.
All right. Our top tier mysteries for season 1, Into the Woods, are Mothman, the Montauk Project, the Dyatlov Pass, and the Lore of Bigfoot.
There we go. That's a solid lineup.
That is. I feel good about that.
Yeah, I feel good about that one. All right, let's tally up our middle.
All right,
and low.
our mids. We've got.
We'll be right back.
One. do, 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 do. All right, so in our mid-range rankings, we had 9 mysteries end up there at the mid-level. And for the low rankings, we only put 5 down there.
So
we were pretty generous.
Well, I'll say,
we don't want to give 1 stars to everybody either.
No.
Just like you can't give out all the 5 stars.
I'll say that I think that top tier mysteries we could only give 4. So top tier mysteries to me, the reason we gave what we did was they're not necessarily the most believable, the most researched. They're the ones that bring the most interest to the topics that we talk about here. And I think those definitely are the ones that do that. But everything that exists in that middle tier, I think we give just a little bit of credence to the mystery, that there's something there that we can't explain.
Oh,
Whether
yeah.
or not we talked about it in the episode and kind of ended on something there, they're not all duds. Now, those ones in the low tiers, those are probably duds.
Some of them a little bit. But even so, like, there is mystery there until you do the deep dive.
Yes.
It just depends on how deep you dive for that information.
That's what she said.
Oh. Okay. All right.
So I think that's pretty good for the season.
Yeah.
Little cap right there. I hope you enjoyed our rankings. And please, if you followed along and made your own rankings and placed them in your own tiers, let us know. Remember, if you do that, though, you only get 4 for the top tier. You have the same rules we got to abide by. So stick to that. And leave us a comment, send us an email, or just send us a picture of a piece of paper that you wrote it on. I don't care.
Yeah, right. Scribble it on a napkin. I'm not going to judge.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we did.
Yeah, I found the nearest notepad to our set.
I mean, that was it. 19 episodes, 19 mysteries. This is the 20th, the capstone of season 1. We're officially out of the woods. And I want to say thank you guys so much. We said it in our last episode, but we appreciate it so much from everybody telling us that they like watching us just as a couple talk, that we bring them joy, or that we're funny. Like anything like that brings us so much happiness. And I didn't start this podcast. My beautiful wife and I started this podcast, but I brought this idea forward for this podcast because I think that there is a light that shines on mysteries and conspiracies and all these things that sometimes is rightly so negative, like genuinely and hurtful to groups of people or certain types of living. But I wanted to give a space where we can talk about mysteries in a lighthearted way, a fun way, without the politics, without the religion, without everything weighing us down that's going to cause a fight. I wanted a space to just talk about the unknown, because who isn't fascinated by it?
Oh yeah, I mean, even if we're just talking about the true crime sphere, we see how popular documentaries and like serial killer biopics and things have gotten. We know that people enjoy diving into these subjects, but we also know how heavy they can be and how dark they can be and how gruesome they can be. And as people who also are fans of watching all those things, it's really a joy to be able to do it in a different way, where we're not a biased documentary film crew trying to present to you only one view of a story. We're not trying to spin things into a theatrical movie worthy story instead of what it really is. We're just here to talk about the unknown, find out what we can, unravel some truths or some conspiracies and theories, have some fun along the way, and hopefully make you guys laugh a little too, and teach something, and make you open your mind and have some interesting thoughts maybe you hadn't thought before.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that because it's important to me that you guys understand why we do what we do and why we continue to do it and why we're going to continue to do it, because just because this is the season 1 finale doesn't mean we're done. It's season 1 for a reason. Season 2 is coming. And if you stay till the end of this episode, you'll get to see the first little trailer or teaser that we've put together for it, which will reveal the theme. We're really excited. I can't wait. A lot of doors are going to open. We just recently attended CryptidCon and met with some people that were tied to the theme of this season that might give some on-the-scene reporting opportunities.
I think we're going to have some fun stuff coming up in season 2 and beyond, and some potential collaborations, some more potential events in the future, some more side quests, and little fun adventures and vlogs and blogs and things like that. So yes, definitely stick around, because we will be back. This is simply a goodbye for now.
Yes, season 2, you'll know a little more once you watch the trailer, but the release date for that isn't too long. We're just taking like a month or 2 break. We're going to hit the ground running, recording a lot of episodes. You might get some bonus content releasing on the Spotify, just some short stuff, or on the YouTube. Keep an eye out for all that. Or we might just re-release maybe some of the top episodes we picked for the top tier in the few weeks that we're gone, just so you guys can get your memory jogged on all that. But we will be back, I think, better than ever. We're going to revamp our set a little bit. We'll get a new poster. We might be changing our scheduling, our post scheduling. So you might get to see more of us, maybe more merch. There's a lot of fun things happening over in our little bunker over here. So I'm super excited. I also wanted to take a moment, though, to say thank you to Sharded Cryptid Cons and Curios, because that live event we got to do was freaking amazing. It meant so much to us. And doing stuff like that is the exact reason why we started this podcast. I just said it. So it just filled our hearts to be able to do something like that.
Oh, yeah. I have been riding the high of that day ever since, because it's just so uplifting and wholesome to be in the community like that and surrounded by people who are just as interested in random and weird stuff as you, and they're just here to have a good time and help each other out, be there for each other, see how can I help you, how can you help me, and let's all just have a good day. Let's make sure everybody's safe. Let's make sure everybody's having fun. Like, it was just such a great atmosphere, and it really just reminded me of how good that community sense can feel when you've got people not wrapped up in what's wrong and who's mad or who's to blame for something. And we're just focusing on the good, the fun, the mysterious, the vibes.
Yeah, it was
each
great.
other.
So yeah, I just wanted to also say thank you for that. But I mean, I think that's about it for season 1, guys. So thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to come back in a few months for a brand new episode and a brand new mystery.
We sincerely hope you have enjoyed season 1. Every mystery along the way. We have had so much fun recording and diving into these things with you guys, seeing you start to interact, watch our listeners grow. It has just been a pleasure. We cannot wait for season 2. Make sure to follow us on social media at Mystery Date Podcast. And remember, you can reach out to us through our email or our website, mysterydatepodcast@gmail.com or mysterydatepodcast.com. You can leave us a voice message on that website. We might play it on the show. You can give us episode ideas for the future and just stay up to date on what's going on our end of things.
And be sure to share this podcast with your friends or even your enemies. They got now 25 hours of content or something like that they can enjoy, so they can dive right in and just binge it all. It's the perfect time to start. But it really helps a lot when you guys share these episodes and subscribe. And since we're going to be taking a few months off, it would mean the world if you guys could spend that time just spreading the word of Mystery Date, getting your friends to listen to it, getting your grandma to listen to it. The holidays are coming up. You're going to be sitting around the Thanksgiving dinner table. Be like, hey, grandma, you want to hear about kids who were tortured in the 70s and became brainwashed agents? I got a podcast for you. That's us. That's where we want to be in your family's heart.
What a wild Thanksgiving dinner topic we would be. Oh my goodness.
But I mean, that's it. So be safe and have a great rest of your day or night, and have a great holiday season.
And remember, every good mystery deserves a date. Bye.
See you in season 2.
Run! Run, keep going.
Come on!
I think I saw it. Okay. I don't think it's following us anymore. I think it's still following us. All right, go. Go.
I think I see a house.
Yeah, lights. Keep going. Wait. Just go. Over here. I think I see it. Yeah, this has got to be it.
I see lights.
I was about to say, there's the lights. Come on. We're almost there.
Right up here.
Oh, these bushes.
Oh, right up here.
Almost out. Why did we do this? Oh, we're never going camping again. Oh, first Bigfoot and then lost man.
We made it. I think we made it.
We got it. We're out.
We made it.
We did it.
Oh, we're out of the woods.
Oh my God. Never. Oh no.
Mystery Date Podcast Season 2, A Haunting. Streaming on Spotify, mysterydatepodcast.com, and YouTube on January 2nd, 2025.